It's like off to the side now. It's better lighting though.
Oh yeah,
It is
for
better
sure.
lighting.
I remember
Absolutely.
before you saying that your beard just kind of like melted in with your shirt.
Yeah,
It looked like it
yeah,
was just this part of your face.
No, I have to
Oh,
refresh to
Caboose.
change.
Have you got all your computer parts ordered?
I
You were
have
ordering,
them all
right?
here, but I'm pretty sure I've
Oh.
pretty much narrowed it down to my power supply is dead.
Oh,
My
also.
power supply was dead on arrival, so I'm gonna have to return that and get a new one.
Well,
The good news
got
is
pieces.
the good news is though is that there's a chance that when I plug in my new power supply, not only will my new parts work, but all of my old parts will work.
That's good.
There is that chance.
I
Because
still want your video card.
I'm probably gonna sell it to my roommate. I think I'm either gonna sell it to my roommate or I'm gonna save it in my processor and build.
And
If
then-
everything's still working, I'm considering building a streaming PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Join us.
Because I mean, all I would need to buy is a case and a power supply and one hard drive. Because I have everything else. I literally bought all new parts.
You just need a really simple case too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
like,
so
Oh my god,
I'm
my
gonna get a
case is the
box.
best. It's like from the early 90s. It's off-white and like like it's metal, but the front is made of like yellowing plastic. It's the best. I can take it to LAN parties, like big ones, and nobody wants to steal it because it looks old as fuck.
still have my Antec 900 case actually at my parents' house.
welcome to the 4th session of Tabletop Tavern's Limitless. I'm Azaraki, I'm the GM. Game Master of Space, as it says underneath my name, which you don't see unless I type something, so let me do that.
Space.
Alright, so updates with everyone. I have one class that is super boring, and not necessarily because of the content or the professor, but because of the other people in the class.
Really?
Because they there's one guy who just every single time there's something that he can speak up about, he will speak up about it, and
Oh,
it's
I
something
hate that guy.
the professor just like has to explain it because he doesn't want to be rude and doesn't want to leave the questions out. But a lot of times they're not even clarifying questions or anything like that. They're just annoying. Like there's nothing to learn from the answer of this question. And
Like the guy
he
is just
keeps
trying to
going.
show how much he knows.
Yeah, that's one thing, and usually he's wrong too, which makes it funny.
I hate
sometimes,
that guy,
but it's
no.
still annoying.
Yeah, I had that guy or girl. Like it happened multiple times. I empathize with you deeply.
I
That
was always
asshole.
that guy. I don't know what you're talking about. It's the best thing in the world.
There's a difference. Like you can ask questions. Like I asked a shit ton of questions, but when I didn't know something, these guys will like try to finish the professor's statements or like ask questions that like they obviously like know a ton on the subject or are trying to look like they know a ton on the subject, and maybe they oftentimes throw in a little bit of jargon to show just how above everyone
Yes,
else they are.
Exactly that.
Yep.
Like a bunch of words that are completely unnecessary but make them sound smart, and usually they're not used correctly either.
Mm-hmm.
I had the best revenge on one of those guys in my 4th year. He started talking up, and the teacher asked a question. And he's the one who spoke up, and the teacher's like, okay, does anyone else think the opposing? So I put my hand up, and I did this whole definition as to why it was a wrong assumption, and they're not taking into account all these factors. And then the teacher like looks at me and is like, well, you're correct. And it's like me and one other person said it, and everyone else went with this other guy. And for the rest of the year, this guy was always looking to like discredit me or make me feel bad, but he just couldn't do it. And I was sitting there like smiling the entire time. Like,
That's
yeah.
a victory.
What,
That is
Caboose, what's
that
going
is a
on?
clear victory.
Get down. Na, 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 na.
No,
Kimochi.
lighting.
I was like, I got my other mic, or finally got my other webcam working. I have all these options now. You're okay.
I can.
Oh,
You
sorry,
can
I'll-
look at me
Caboose,
from this
look.
side.
Look at the webcam that's on right now, and like say something, and then switch webcams and look at that one like a newscaster.
No, it's not two different webcams.
It's the same one. He's just
mirrored.
mirroring it. So I mean, he could do that and just do a double take, and it looks
Yeah.
like he's switching.
Bob Loblaw's
So much-
Loblog. Thunk. Thunk.
Yeah, I've never seen Arrested Development, but there's one thing that my band teacher told me about, and it was blah 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 blah. All right, Caboose, you're
Yeah.
up. What's new with you? Any annoyances?
Um,
Probably not classroom annoyances.
I have all these classroom annoyances. I mean, like 7 years ago. Oh wait. Well, my work's getting
And
rougher.
other than your computer, not quite working out.
Computer is a bitch. Work is a bitch. Playing games on a laptop is a bitch. Getting my webcam to work was a bitch.
You're a bitch.
Although the one thing that's not a bitch is being able to sit on your couch while you do everything all day. That's kind of nice. I had a day off today. Or are you making a face at me, baby? Okay. Anyways, on to the next person.
I guess that would be me then. Let's see. Last week, I got a call back for a job interview, which is nice. I could possibly be a government employee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be scary for everyone involved.
As long as you're not like Yusuf.
No. Rainbow Six new patch came out, and okay, here's my thing. I play non-standard keys for everything, so I rebind everything. So I had been harping on them for when was the first technical test? It was like September maybe of last year. It's like, get your keybinds in order. You rebind your strafe keys, and they have those also set to camera next and previous when you're like looking at this stuff. So I'm like, okay, good. So I changed my strafe keys, and the camera ones don't change. So now my hand is on the other side of the keyboard, and every time I go to like use cameras, I've got to move my hand. So in this patch, they said, oh, don't worry, we addressed that. Now you can set it. Except they have it set to, it's A and D, so they use the same keybinds, right? But what they did was they didn't let them be independent. So you can't set them to the same keys as the other one. And they also released spectator mode, which also can't have any keys you use in your regular ones in there. It's like a big mess. It's like whoever did it just completely had no idea, keybinds. Oh, they're fine, whatever. I'm just pissed. I am so pissed. But it's like the littlest thing. Like the worst part about this patch for me was that, but there's also the fact that they messed up all of the hitboxes, and now you can like load someone up with 10 hit shots. I even uploaded a video of it. I like shot this guy like 5 times in the head, and he didn't go down. Like I got no headshot credit, nothing. It was horrible. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened for me. Next.
Fox.
Hello, everyone. My name is Filibuster Fox. I have no news. I need no news. I'm beyond news.
Above
News
and
is a
beyond.
bitch.
That's all I've got to say.
He's actually done.
All right. I've been busy.
He's covering for me.
I've been busy. First story for my book is off to the editor. That leaves 4 more. One of them is almost done. I'm on the last pass for it, and then that's going to get passed off to the editor, and then I just have to keep up with her. So, book due out later this month. Everything's on schedule. Just as long as the editor, keeps her schedule. I also got my first article for Star Citizen released for the Imperial News Network. It is, it's part of a new series that's going to be released weekly called Why Should I Fly? That just looks at the different ships. I can link it in chat because I'm a dork.
You can fly like an eagle.
Promote.
What? I didn't say anything.
Okay.
You know what a
Nothing
dork
about
is,
a reference
right?
to a song in
Yes.
Space Jam.
Just making sure you
Whale
understand
schlong.
what a dork is. Yes,
I am the most massive of whale schlongs. But that does mean that apparently means that I put out decent articles. But yeah, like it's been received pretty well.
See, you shouldn't have put articles in that. You should have just said I put out decent.
It's a
Send it
whale.
there.
Whale is the elephant of the sea, so everything about them is smart
They're not as cool as narwhals.
And flexible.
and flexible.
They're no narwhals though.
Oh,
Elephants known for their flexibility.
I also found out this week, guys, something very important that is groundbreaking for everyone. I have found the largest phallological museum. It's in Iceland. So
Yes, I've heard of
if
this.
you're around in Europe, Iceland, check out the Iceland Phallological Museum. It is the
I mean, it's not really
largest
Europe.
collection
Oh my
of
God, you're so
phalluses
Atlantic Ocean.
in the world. Anyway,
So
It's
right, I
not
did
really-
have these. I found
it's
Girl
not
Scout
really Europe.
about
I
like
guess they
20
counted
boxes.
My bad.
It's okay.
Rock the baby. Rock the baby.
Let me know when we're live.
We should be
Rocking
live.
the baby.
Yes, we are. Yes, we're good.
Are we positive?
Yes, we're live. We're live. Yes, I'm positive. I just looked on the stream.
We're back.
Okay.
Yes.
There were some technical difficulties, and they're mostly Oracle's fault.
They're all my
Pointing the wrong
fault.
way.
I'm the worst.
Blame Oracle.
Mostly. I also slightly blame Caboose, but that's because he's got a baby.
Shit happens. Babies be cray cray.
Yeah, we were playing League earlier today, and like as soon as the game started, the baby started crying, and
they have impeccable
it's okay
timing.
because every lane lost anyway, and Caboose was the jungler, so
Who needs to make the lane?
Hey,
that game
I
was
just want
already.
to clarify. I ended that game positive. You guys suck.
That's because you weren't out on the map enough to die.
Spoken like a true solo queue. I was positive. The rest of you suck.
Sure, I
I
was
hid
10
in that
levels
base
behind.
the entire time. It's fine. I just didn't die.
No, I
but
did
yeah.
engage. I was in fights. I just somehow got kills.
You're in some fights.
I got a double kill.
Well, you
It's
know
true.
what? We were in a fight with a robot last session. Perfect segue.
Not really a fight. More like Yosef running away screaming.
Yeah,
All
I was
the
just
time.
gonna say like
It worked.
we could get into it unless anyone has like anything else they want to add.
No, I think we should just move on to the story so far, as narrated by Yosef.
This has been the journey so far.
All right, Yosef, give us the
No.
recap of last session.
In character.
In character.
I
well,
not get
we,
drugs. That's all matters. Let's go.
No, drugs, no big deal. But we come after getting power on, we go into Black Dark Station and we forage through and we find some terminal. We find a death robot who chase Yosef around everyone else, leave Yosef to run. We find spacesuit Yosef, fall over, put on, and run away. That was last session.
Yeah, and we also procured a couple of intrigues. We have the pendant. We have. I'm just looking through.
Yeah, we have the
couple
pendant.
of-
We have the extra info that we couldn't grab on the computer.
And
Yep.
Yosef also lost his batteries because he couldn't go back to get them.
And we have the mind crystals.
What is that?
Heart.
Is it quartz?
Okay.
They're minerals.
Or no, it's a mind crystal.
All right.
Mind slayer.
And that's basically brings us to where we are now. You guys just got out of the actual research center portion of it, all in vac suits. You managed to get those on in time and are running towards the shuttle. You made it to the shuttle, and now you guys are in the airlock. So this is sort of like the calm down period where you almost died. So do you guys do anything while you're in the airlock boarding on? Want to chew each other out for some weird decisions that you all made?
Yosef is definitely going to say something. He's going to go, son of a bitch. I forgot battery. We go back.
Yeah, sure. And when we go back, we can
Joseph,
just turn the turret on that is definitely going to shoot its own.
Hey,
Gopal
hey,
looks over at Johan.
hey. That was a solid plan. Not my fault that the computer doesn't aim the turrets. I didn't
What-
know that.
what
I'm not a
part of
computer
it-
guy.
What part of it was a solid plan?
Well, if the turret had shot the robot would have been dead.
Yeah, and then the plan
Therefore
would have
making
been
it a
solid,
plan.
but it didn't.
Doesn't change the fact the original plan was solid.
The plan to use what? 1,000. Well, how long has it been since the Scream now?
Hey.
I
We already know the
actually don't
turrets worked. Last
I'll
time I
look that up.
checked, Joseph's foot
3 days.
Joseph's foot still
We
has a
knew-
hole in it.
we
We
knew
know the
that-
turrets work.
We knew that up to that point, half of the turrets had partially worked.
Let's not get into it. You see, because turret not fire on local thing anyway. It even if 100% working, it probably identified by base as friendly.
You know, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Yosef, but yes.
You should agree with Yosef more. Yosef knows things.
All right, so the Scream happened in 2665, so it's about 540 years ago.
All right, so 540-year-old turrets.
They're beasts.
They worked. Some of them.
Plus a bit more, because, it may have been made not exactly when Scream happened.
You know, frankly,
They
I'm
could
just
have already
happy
been 20
that
years old at the time.
I'm just happy that they didn't start firing on us
More
Yeah.
than one.
We had
Something to be happy
identified.
more than once. Yes.
By the
Fine.
way, my foot still hurt.
Oh, here, let me give you a pill for that.
Yeah, did you ever heal him? Like, at all?
No. No one
Nope.
touched me.
He's
I've been running around at low
suppository
HP.
somehow he
painkiller.
was running
That's
around.
why I was running from the robot with a broken foot.
Yeah, you were running from the robot on a bad foot.
I think we
The rest of you guys are
chose-
cruel.
We chose
I
our running
forgot.
around.
Russians made very strong, We
I
don't
forgot how
feel
healing
pain.
works. I'm pretty sure I can only heal him over time, so it wasn't really going to help him then anyways.
Oh yeah, and you only have level 1 of Biosci, right?
You could just put some duct tape on it. It'll be fine.
That's probably what I did. Maybe put
Medical?
some metal underneath it too.
Does
To, like, fix
Yosef
my
just
shoe.
carry around
Oh,
duct
yeah,
tape?
that.
Yeah, it's one of his, essentials.
Who would
Hey,
just
Yosef,
not
if
tell
if
her
your
that?
foot hurts too bad, we can just cut it off and give you a prosthetic one.
Can I make prosthetic? Hey, doctor.
And we'll assume these
Doctor.
other conversations
Yes, you
are
can make
happening
the
while
prosthetic.
shuttle is going back to the
Yeah.
canter.
He'll even attach it
Yeah.
for you.
I'm
Darling.
just sitting here. All of a sudden, I'm like, is there something you have in your medical arsenal that is nerve ending to electronic, modification? I am kind of liking this idea where I could have death leg.
Twist ties?
Excuse me, I not understand. Say
Twist
again.
ties. Little twist ties.
No.
Now keep in mind,
No,
these
those
are
are-
post-tech twist ties.
Yeah,
Yes.
those are pretty
post-
scary. I cut
post-tactus.
my finger on one of those once.
Yosef just stares at Kapala and it's turns around and looks at someone else. Just yeah, we're just there we go.
Scoot down the chair a little.
Scoot down the
Hey.
chair and be like, I not know this person. I might even mumble that.
Could just buy a prosthetic leg. Cost that much.
No. I want nerve endings so I can say when you lose feeling in foot, right? And you try to move foot, it still sends signal down. So I want to capture signal. So maybe if I wiggle big toe, it shoot gun out leg.
Sounds like a plan,
Maybe.
Yosef.
Yes, I like this idea very much.
It's definitely not impossible.
Maybe
Yes,
if,
and-
maybe
Grindhouse
if
pretty
nerve
bad.
endings, nerve endings die a long time after. So nerve endings still there. So foot fresh cut off, you can do some interesting things. I think yes.
Shall we try now?
Well, I think we need test case. We can take Gopala's arm first, and we try this out.
Wait, what?
Sounds like a plan.
Hold on.
It's
I'm not
okay.
on
He
board.
had twist tie cut on finger. He's used to pain.
No, it's. Why am I the only one who doesn't seem to be behind this?
Probably
I
because
have
you're
no
the test
idea why.
subject.
Why trust Yosef?
It's not a matter of
It's
trust. Well, it's partially a matter of trust.
Imagine if you have gun that you cannot drop. Nobody can disarm you.
Yeah, before that, I want a gun that can actually take care of robots.
Maybe
To
you
be
get
fair, that
bonus
was a
to
really
accuracy.
strong robot that none of you were supposed to fight.
Yeah, well,
I
So there's
fought
that.
it very good. We shot it.
What if we were to take a capital ship's torpedo launcher and attach that to the prosthetic arm?
yeah.
You
that,
see Yosef's
Capital
eyes
ship.
just go like
At
huge. He's like,
at
Or
what
we
point
could
Has a
make
does
it so you
cannon
can
the
bend
size
your
of the
leg.
shuttle. that
at
they're
what
in.
point
can make it
does
so
a
it can
cannon
do it.
overwhelm the person? So instead of being a person with a cannon, it's a cannon with a person.
Yeah, imagine the recoil.
Hmm.
Joseph, I think I saw someone who
I think
used
we
to have
need
a
to find that
prosthetic
limit.
limb that shot out grenades.
Yosef all of a sudden just like after his eyes are wide and everything starts going, okay, so the dampening factor on the recoil, you have to have
Jesus
like all
fucking
these
Christ.
boosters
And
on
I,
the
like-
back. He's
and
just
I walk
like going
over.
crazy.
I
Even
walk,
better, he's actually
I
writing
walk
the
up
plan
to
on his
the
leg.
to the cockpit.
Yeah, I just have like
and I whisper
paper.
to the
I'm
to
writing
the
it on
guy.
paper.
So I whisper to the pilot, for the love of Buddha, get us to the ship faster.
It's like you see Yosef like wandering around. He's like trying to take things off a ship. Yes, I can use this. He's like, yes, and he's like looks at it and then he writes it down in the plan. He's like, yes, this will work perfectly.
Drive faster.
Fox
So,
and I
Doc,
looked it up at some point, and it takes 12 hours to get from planet to planet within system travel, basically.
And
Doc,
I am definitely sitting there the entire time.
I
working
feel
on
like
this
if we
plan.
played our cards right now, Yosef will cut off his foot. It'll give you a little bit of
You know,
business.
we've got that damaged Reaper cannon on the ship. We could modify that. Instead of fixing it on the ship, we just take it off of the ship and put it on your foot.
Better idea. What if you replace the foot
Then it
with
would
a
be
chair?
easier to reach to fix.
You could just sit down anytime if the foot was a chair.
I just want to see you guys keep trying to fix that over and over, and then just get the ship to 0 hit points trying to repair the Reaper battery.
I don't want to
And
see
then we
that.
just die in space.
I don't even
would
know
be
what would
fun.
happen.
Our ship
The
looks
best
like
part
Swiss
is we're-
cheese, but the gun
We're-
works.
We're gonna be fixing it in mid interspace travel as well, so it's just gonna
It's
we're
just
gonna
explode.
disappear.
It's gonna be great. Yosef's just gonna be laughing as he's in like some sealed pod as everyone else dies. He's like, well, I may be dead, but all
What
of
happened?
you are
Well,
dead
this
too.
rubble just appeared out of the warp area. I don't know what the hell happened. Just
And
all
there's
of a
some
sudden, out of
crazy
nowhere, we
Russian
just
in
got
there.
hit.
So,
the good news
uh,
is it looks like we have survivors though. They're all in vac suits.
when you guys get back to the Darwin Research Center, the first person there who greets you guys as you get off the ship is Catherine White, and she immediately goes to hug Dr. Thomas and looks over at Yosef for a second and takes note of the damaged leg. Whoa.
Oh, what just happened?
Whoa.
I think that was just roll 20.
Oh,
I think
okay.
everything else is okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
she goes over to Dr. Thomas, full on hug, lasts a while, and during it she notices Yosef's leg, and she said that I'm so happy you guys are back. I hope anything didn't go too badly, and then looks down at the leg again, and then back to Fox. I mean, back to Dr. Thomas.
I'm just gonna interject before Fox can say anything, and I'm gonna be like, "Do you have anyone who weapons specialist? I have very important project I need to talk to."
Well,
Like I'm just completely like not even thinking straight because I'm so excited about it.
do you have
Yeah,
a
but-
medical facility we can borrow for a bit to get that patched up before we head out?
And she nods, and then she says,
it's fine,
"We can."
It's fine. I put the metal under it. It's fine, but need the weapon person. Maybe
Does
they
she-
can meet me in medical facility. This is time sensitive.
So yeah, her expression is getting a little bit more dull as time goes on, and she just calls someone else over and talks to him and basically tells him to escort Yosef to the infirmary that they have here on station. And
as
in the
I'm being
meantime,
escorted out, I'm just gonna be like, "Okay, you weapon specialist, good. Okay, we talk as we walk," and then I disappear off with them.
Or limp in your case.
Yes.
so yeah, she basically just asks you guys about the mission, how it went, and if you guys were able to get the information.
We were. We also found some extra things, but There was a lot of data available there. Unfortunately, time was not on our side. The facility's completely out of power now.
Yeah, still, if there was a way to get power going to the facility again, there is a mass of wealth there. There's like a mass of information there on all different
Although
subjects.
you will need to bring in a giant fighter ship to blow up a robot, but other than that, we'll be fine.
So she kind of looks back at you, Thomas, and makes eye contact when you say other stuff as well, and she says other stuff. Do you think anything that would maybe help us here on the research station? As you know, we're pretty understaffed. We don't have a lot of resources at all. Anything else that you think might help would definitely come in handy.
I'm trying to remember what research we stole from the computer beyond the plant. There was psychic stuff, I think, and then something else random.
So the psychic stuff you rolled for, but you didn't.
I didn't get it.
Didn't succeed. What you did succeed for was just a random piece of information, which, from what you can tell, is sort of like cybernetic type information. And then the
Does
research.
it happen to be
you also
replacing
have
a foot with a gun.
You also have.
Yeah.
Specifically.
How big a weapon can you get on a human body before it breaks? Okay, well that's not relevant. So
You also have the
pendant and
the pendant, the microcrystals, and some micro something lab equipment, microchemistry. Yeah,
yes.
microchemistry lab equipment.
Well, I'll pull out the pendant and the mind crystals to see if she knows anything about those.
So yeah, she's never seen the pendant before at all, and for the crystals, like they're really small. You can't even see them. Like you're holding up a petri dish or something.
I've seen these before.
Not exactly a petri dish, but it would be like a slide, I guess, or something like that. But a very container of really small crystals, and yeah, she can't tell. Like at this,
That makes sense.
you need a microscope. Yeah.
Yes.
By common inspection, I can see this is exactly what we needed.
Have you seen something like that? You mean a slide for a microscope? Yes.
Yes, I have 20 of them in the rack back there.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, the microchemistry equipment might actually be useful.
And yeah, so she sort of takes some and says, "Oh my god, this is a lot more advanced than the equipment that we already have. This is great. I think we can spare a couple more credits for you guys. And by a couple, that's more of a saying. Like in the future, a couple credits isn't 2 credits.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Like, shit.
You know, it's just like spare a
Wait.
few. So
Could sell the
2
parts for
credits.
more.
2 credits split between 4 people is a half a credit.
So yeah, she can. In addition to the mission itself, since you guys actually managed to get the data and the microcrystals, you guys get an extra 5,000 credits total.
Let's put that in the ship bank for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Chip bank.
Well, nice. Plenty of money in the ship bank. That'll almost cover the cost of the repairs from Yosef trying to repair.
No. Well, there's
Hey,
still
can you
more
hear me?
repairing to be done.
Isn't the Reaper battery like 10,000 credits?
It is. Like,
Yeah.
they're talking about me damaging the ship trying to repair the Reaper battery. Oh, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Well then.
How much
Yeah, it should
HP
be
do we
bad.
have left on it?
You only used 2, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, you're 18 out of 20.
Good. Okay.
Let's just get a new ship. It'll be cheaper.
All right, and then she basically offers you guys a place to stay for the night, since it's been quite a while since you guys actually managed to get rest. Probably around 24 hours, actually, considering the amount of time you spent in the facility and the trips there and back, unless someone wanted to
Yeah.
sleep on the way back. But either way, she's offering housing,
Gopal
lodging.
is afraid that they're gonna cut his arm off, so
Let's take the house.
It's okay.
nice compared to the
Yosef's
ship.
actually sleeping on the ship because he likes the ship.
anyway, yeah,
You're in the medical bank. You know how long it takes to get treated for a wound like that?
5
That
seconds.
is that is true. Like you do need to spend a week, not a week, the entire day in the medical facility to actually get your hit points back.
Oh, that's
Your
fine.
life
But
fixed up.
can I sleep when I go to sleep? Am I allowed to sleep in the ship bed, or
No,
am I?
the
Okay,
they're
I'm
not
sleeping
going
in
to
the
let you.
hospital.
Like, you have to
Under
stay
protest. Under protest. So Yosef's
So,
trying
so
to
I
leave.
just imagine
We'll
like
restrain you.
Yosef yelling at all of the doctors that are treating him.
I need to go. No, you don't understand. I need to go to ship. Get big laser. Put 2 foot.
When I
Put 2
hear about
foot.
this, I'll show up in the medical
Yeah.
bay and he's like, Joseph, if you calm down and be a good boy, there may be something in it for you, if you know what I mean.
He's like going through because the
Said that the
possibility of
last 8
actually
times.
getting something from you. Like he's learned. He's like, I don't think you being very truthful.
So you
You
didn't
are
learn this in the
master
5 years.
manipulator. Yosef
You didn't
is
learn this in the
fast,
5
he
years
catches
you
on.
went to his clinic every day, though.
No, I was wearing him down. He was going to give in. It was going to be glorious. And then, yeah. Then I go to sleep there.
The rest of you guys, is there anything you want to do before you go to sleep, or are you just heading straight to sleep? Like, you guys are probably dead tired, especially Yosef, because he's got a shot foot and he like sprinted for 10 minutes.
No, he's got
And
that.
he's probably got a
Easy
lot
mode.
of drugs in his system right now.
Yeah.
As he's trying to like invent like a way to compensate for ship recoil placed on his foot. He's like high as balls right now.
And happy.
All right, then. Catherine White goes to Dr. Thomas before he ends up heading to sleep, and basically just has a conversation about, the research center here. We definitely need more help, and you are the one who figured out that this plant that I forgot the name of, and I think I'm too far away to look up, is the cure for this disease. So I think it would just be invaluable to have you here at the research facility and working on this. I realize that you're probably very busy with whatever new life you have going at this point, but we could really use you.
Hmm.
And then as she says that, she also gets a little closer than...
Well then, I'm not certain how I can refuse an offer like that.
How do you think the rest of your crew will take to it?
They'll live. They're-
All right.
if they're lucky, they'll live. I'll go let them know.
Yosef probably will not live.
The majority will not live.
So do you want to let them know before you go to sleep or in the
Yes.
morning?
I'll go ahead
Okay.
and let them know before bed. So I'll go
Okay.
around to everyone, if you're separate, as least Joseph is, let them know that I'll be staying behind to help research this disease. I'm going to entrust to Gapala the pendant and mind crystals.
Mind
If you go ahead and
crystals.
write that on your sheet. I've already put my spare credits into the ship pool to help you guys possibly get that fixed. And here,
It says
a
to me
Lazarus
you have
patch.
16 spare credits.
yes, I put 300 into the ship pool.
Okay.
Mind crystals.
I was
and all
wondering
caps.
Even the
16
16 for me.
16 was before or after?
So I think Yosef being really high at the moment and everything like that, he like looks directly at the doctor and says, "But my 5 years of hard work wasted."
I have a going away present for you, Joseph. He hands you a bottle of pills.
I bet these are sugar pills. He like throws them against the wall.
Okay, then. He goes and picks up a box of pills and leaves.
Yeah. That's about
That's
par
so
for the
good.
course.
They were Tylenol.
Do you actually give him the medication he needs, though? Or are
For
they
his
actually
foot?
Tylenol?
Yeah. No, those were actually Tylenol.
Okay, so
Not
you
even
still don't
Tylenol
have
freeze,
super...
just like
Space
base
acetaminophen.
stuff. Yeah.
Space to metaphenes.
Space-amenophene. A space-amenophene.
All right,
This
so
isn't going anywhere. Let's
so the
abandon this line of
doctor-
research.
Departs.
and head... Wait. Well, that's fine. And you two, Johan and Gopala, do you want to say anything to Dr. Thomas as like he's saying goodbye right now, and even though I want to say it's been a week, but you guys have been together for like a month and a
Like
half
10
now.
years traveling in that space.
Considering the amount of failed navigation, most of that time
Even
was
know how
spent
long
just
we
straight
were.
up in space. Actually, I can check. It's on the general
Yeah.
page. Yeah, it's been basically a month and 5 days.
And 2 weeks of that was in space travel getting stuck.
And I'm
increasingly
sitting there,
angrier.
man. We have to.
And the
pay
other
for
two
this.
were actual space travel.
We've rarely not been traveling in space, to be fair. We've stopped for like a day in places. That's about it.
Yeah, like
Anyways.
when the doctor comes in to say goodbye, just nod.
I'll shake his
No,
Don't
hand.
forget the
nod.
pendant and the mind crystals.
Yeah.
Let me know if you find out anything about those. I'm quite curious.
I nod again.
And the Lazarus patch. Take that too. I probably won't need it here.
Chuckles. Good having you aboard.
As he's leaving, I'm gonna stretch out my hand and just be like, "Well, best of luck in everything you're doing here, and hope you find out more about everything."
Yes. Good luck to you as well. And
All right.
off goes-
Much more civil than Yosef.
And then we
Oh.
say farewell
What?
to the doctor.
Much more. What civil? Yosef is beacon of civility. If you waste 5 years on giant plan and then the crux of plan just poof, you'd not be so happy. Yosef is forgiving. He only throw pill.
Yeah, we may see him again yet.
Yeah, it's very possible. And this is actually Fox switching characters too, so he will no longer be playing as Dr. Thomas as we head on, but
The
he will still
fellowship
live
has
on
been
in the
broken.
world as an NPC, kind of, but still sort of controlled by Filibuster Fox. That'll come when we get there. So, like, if you guys ever revisit this planet or he needs something, then we might actually just have him play two characters, his new one and Dr. Thomas, if you guys ever meet up again. But of course, that's all up to you. It's Sandbox World. You guys can do anything. The possibilities are limitless.
I really
And,
hope
like,
there's one
that's like the role
situation.
titles or the title screen or whatever.
I really hope. Oh, this is horrible. In the future, Filibuster has to have a conversation with his old character. So he's sitting there talking with himself, having this argument. It'll be glorious. I want to see it so bad.
Glorious.
Yeah, we might have to have that happen.
You
So,
can force it. You're the GM. I'm sorry. Continue.
I mean, I'm not gonna say like, oh, hey guys, you just left the planet. Turns out Dr. Thomas wants you back as well, and you guys don't have a choice for whatever reason. They have this multi-system
pulled out.
long gravity beam, tractor beam that pulls you over
We need.
back to the
What?
planet from 5
You
systems
need to
away.
transport him back
Several
to
light
another
years.
planet.
If it makes you
That's
feel
sort of-
better, it still only pulls you back at roughly 100 miles per hour.
And you would still get there faster than we got there in the first place.
Wow, rude. Our pilot is right here.
So, let's see. The day
What's the
cycle,
pilot's name again?
Morgan.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, it's Morgan Richardson. So the day-night cycle on Darva here is 30 hours. So you guys actually managed to get a little bit more sleep than you're probably used to. Yeah, and you wake up. What do you guys want to end up doing? So Yosef, you have your hit points back, and the rest of you guys, you just have a good night's sleep.
All right. Well,
I don't know if there's anything that you want to clear up before you leave the station, or if you just want to head straight to the ship, or if there's any conversations you want to have with each other of how to move forward without the doctor.
Yosef's completely distracted by the guy who brought him to medbay the other day. He still hasn't figured out that he was a doctor. So he's like, so
Still thinks he's a weapon, like
yeah,
mechanic.
it's like if you increase the size of the dampeners and you maybe put booster that fires at the same time but opposite direction as Reaper
Yeah,
battery.
and the guy is like super professional and doesn't actually like say go away or shut up or anything like that. He's just kind of like nodding his heads, either listening to you or pretending he's listening to you the entire time, and maybe being like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea," and just completely patronizing. But he still is like super professional.
Yeah, so Yosef's just following him around, following him to wherever he goes.
So at some point during this raving,
So you two
Gopala's
lose track
gonna-
of Yosef.
Yeah, Gopala's gonna be looking for Yosef to get him on the ship.
Yeah, so I say you probably eventually find Yosef, and he's like actually he's like right outside the like one of the medical research bays because the door just like locked behind the doctor he was following around. So I imagine Yosef just being like, "Open the door! Still need to talk to you about this weapon idea."
No, he'd probably be talking louder. He'd just be like, but if you increase the inverse magnitude of the weapon, maybe we discharge and exhaust goes horizontally out the side, so it's more horizontal recoil, less backwards.
So yeah, Gopala, you find Yosef talking to a door and yelling at it.
So I'm just gonna. I'm going to avoid touching his hair because I can't imagine how greasy it is. I'm gonna grab him by the collar of the shirt and start pulling him in the direction of the ship.
I think Yosef's a little weak since the drugs and everything the other day, so he's just like being dragged, and he's starting to yell louder and louder so the guy can hear as he's being dragged down the hallway. And the last thing he says as he rounds the corner is, "You have my compound number, we'll be in touch."
And I'm assuming you actually gave him your combat number at some point too.
Yes, I totally did. I didn't
It's on his
give it
business
to
card.
him. I took his compad and I literally put myself in.
So you know he's a contact.
Yeah. So like I even messaged myself, so I got his too.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Johan,
this is
what?
what I'm going in. I'm just gonna get my stuff and kind of just neander to the ship.
Oh, I also want to point out that at this point, I still have not asked this person's name. I have no idea who it is. In my contact list, it
Weapons
just
guy.
says weapons guy, and then it gives planet by it. That's it.
Like he never even gave you his name either.
No, I didn't ask. He didn't ask. He's just weapons guy. And I put my full name on his thing and like a brief history of what I do.
Is it in
But
Russian?
I think there's spats of Russian
Yeah.
because I wasn't paying too much attention.
It's
So it'll
half
be like
English.
an
Oh, God.
important. It'll be like an important word, and then it's just Russian.
I'm having flashbacks to Old Man Henderson.
And it's wonderful.
All right,
Are you
so
guys aware of Old Man Henderson?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, I'm gonna have to share it after we're done today or something because it's genius.
All right, so you guys head back to the ship, the three of you, and you go into the airlock, but Morgan doesn't greet you, and you guys actually have no idea where Morgan is. Like, he hasn't... He's nowhere, pretty much.
Hey,
you
anyone
don't see-
seen Morgan?
You don't see him in his quarters. If you, like, talk over the intercom, you don't hear a response or anything.
And Yosef's going to look at Johan and be like, "Is Mormon missing?"
Did you say Mormon?
Yes, I did.
No, Morgan.
No, don't you
Morgan,
remember?
the pilot
He's
guy.
been calling him a different name.
Oh,
each
yeah.
time
Yeah.
he refers to him.
No, Morgan, the pilot guy.
Horton?
Sure,
Hor-
that
Close
guy.
enough.
The guy
Where
who
is
flies
he?
The guy who flies the vehicle, Yosef.
I don't think I did anything to him. No, I can't.
So,
I was really high last night.
Shoot, so I'm gonna look on the ship for a
You-
note or something.
yeah, so as you guys are like trying to see what you can find. Like if there's any notes on your doors or anything in Morgan's quarters, you actually hear the ship's engines start to power up.
Go.
So
I'm gonna
like,
book it.
book
I'm
it
just
to
gonna be like,
where?
oh, I
For
guess
the-
Morgan's
for the
taking
ship.
off.
No, you guys are on the ship.
Oh, okay.
I'm just- My character's
wait,
just gonna
what?
think that Morgan heard us over the intercom and went to start up the ship.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
is
going
anyone
to,
is
I'm
anyone
going
actually
to-
going to the bridge, or is?
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to the bridge.
I'm going to my room.
Yosef just doesn't care about any of this.
Just
No,
whatever,
he's
we're
like,
going
oh,
somewhere.
ship started, the guy's here, we're fine. And he just like walks right into his room and starts like writing down dribble from his like compensation idea for the Reaper battery attached to a human limb.
So Johan, what are your reactions? So like, Gopala is all, we didn't get a response from Morgan. Usually he talks to us, and the ship's powering up, so something weird's happening. What does Johan think?
Johan thinks that everything must be fine. He must have just heard us over the intercom and realized we were here and we need to get going. So he's just gonna head back and put all of his stuff in his room.
And there's like a 50-50 chance that Yosef took something out that broke the intercom when he was trying to repair the Reaper battery. So
All right.
this is not a big deal.
So fourth Oracle, you walk onto the bridge, and Fox, why don't you tell us what he sees?
The robot that we were running from.
Dun dun dun!
What the fuck?
I
Is your
didn't
mic
it,
muted?
Fox.
Fox, what the hell?
I'll start again. But in the cockpit, you see sitting at the control woman
A
with
fucking
bright
furry?
hair and wearing cat ears
What?
with a combat shotgun and a rifle kind of like leaning up against the controls next to her. Like at the controls getting ready to take off, kind of just turns towards you when you come in and reaches for the shotgun. Who are you and what are you doing on my ship?
Oh, I'm gonna go full Reynolds on this. I'm going to level my rifle at her and say, "What the hell are you doing on my ship?"
I think you're mistaken. This is my ship. I've parked it here a couple of days ago, and I think you're an intruder.
An intruder. So
Yes.
tell me here, what were you here to do on this here ship?
I was refueling in the station, and now I'm leaving. Be nice if you'd leave without me having to force you off.
I don't think you're in much of a position to be making threats, ma'am.
You're just going back and forth.
Yeah.
I was laughing at.
I was trying to
Oh
resist
my
laughing
God.
at it. You do note that she is wearing what appears to be a military flight suit, along with, look, see, costuming,
Oh.
insignia and everything.
All right, so I'm going to say, so listen here. I think you might be on the wrong ship because I have 4 other people, 3 present, that can corroborate this.
I mean, technically
You
5.
have. Technically 5.
Technically 5 without Morgan.
Yeah,
Oh, are they on the ship with you now?
2 of them are.
Why don't you go get them and prove it?
Call them on the intercom. Because I'm not leaving you.
Hmm.
I'll
Controls. Is there a
I'll
life
hear it.
support button?
no, that's usually in the engine bay.
It's true. Well, look.
I'll come
Yeah,
stumbling
if
into
pilots
the,
had control over the air support or over the life support.
You never know.
I'm gonna come kind of stumbling into the cockpit, just kind of like, I was trying to go to sleep. What is that?
And I think
the flying
Yosef
fuck?
comes in a little bit later, and
So-
he has gotten to the vodka supply.
Yeah,
and he is
so as Johan walks in
stumbling through.
and says like Kapala's gonna say, I was asking myself the same thing.
Well, at this point, she's just kind of taking cover behind the pilot seat with the shotgun pointed towards you guys. Like, you all should leave now.
And Yosef's like, what is with funny hair person doing in... Are those cat ears?
Yes, they are. You like them? Soft.
Are
Wait,
they
no.
real?
That's it. We've
Are
got a
they
fur
real?
fag on board.
Yosef's like looking. It's like, I have never heard of a person with cat ears.
Stay
You
back
have
or I'm
human
going to
ears
shoot
as
you.
well.
Does Yosef think they're real?
Yosef at this point is thinking he's listening, trying to hear something, because he's like, if they are mechanical, I wish to know how they work.
If,
And
if
then he's
you
like,
are
you
listening,
have human ears as well. He
you
is
can
like
hear a
intrigued.
slight modem. You can hear a slight motor sound from that. as you make it.
Okay, so Yosef is like, yes, I like this invention. This looks good. And he's like coming closer. He's like, I want to touch them.
Please
And
don't
of course,
direction.
at this, he is drunk. He is being in the vodka as soon as he got onto the ship. So
I like that. There, so far, it's been like 1 minute since you guys got on the ship before like Fourth and or Gopala or whatever
Yosef
calls
went
you up,
straight
and
for the...
Yosef is just like down an entire bottle of vodka in that
He
time.
is 1.5 in, man. And they're not the small bottles either. He's got like the big... Yeah. Anyway, he's got one of those. It's like half gone, and he's just like really excited about something mechanical that he hasn't seen before.
Please don't shoot the drunk Russian.
I'm tempted. Please keep them away.
Oh, I'm tempted
don't
too.
think
At this
He's
point,
being harmed.
I finally
like-
noticed that she has a gun. It's like, wait a second. Why are you on ship?
It's my ship. Why are you on my ship?
What's it called?
That's not your ship. Yosef walks over to a panel and like brings up the registration info. It's like, it's not your ship.
It-
Silly cat fetish person.
It's my ship now.
Oh, you're stealing from us. Okay, I'm going back to my room. Goodbye. He like leaves.
She just kind of glances after him, really confused.
He's a little drunk and confused. Why are you stealing our ship, though?
It looked free. Besides, I need a ship. I got stranded on this planet, okay? I need a ship, and yours is nice, and it's here.
What happened to the pilot?
Who?
What happened to our pilot? He
Well,
was
it
on the
empty.
ship.
I was just taking the empty ship.
Okay.
Yep, nope, I've heard enough. I'm gonna
So,
pop off
You
3
didn't do
shots.
anything to Morgan, did you?
And we all die in the space vacuum.
Well, no, we
How about-
we
How
haven't
about we
taken
just
off
make it
yet.
3 minutes.
We haven't taken
No
off
one
yet.
shoots each other, and
Oh,
we
yeah,
just
the engines are
go
powered
on
up,
our
but you
way.
guys haven't actually taken off.
Yeah, I'm gonna like. I see no reason not to load this person's head up with lead. Though, as far as I can tell, it's already filled with lead.
Well, as you aim to shoot, I will attempt to pull back on the stick and hit full speed to shoot us upwards so he falls back. That will be my reaction to that.
All right, you two roll initiative, unless Johan wants to get involved.
How about this?
I mean, if he does, then you.
Wait,
three
are you
roll
hitting the
initiative, but-
accelerator like as this is all going on? Just to clarify, since we're
Well-
doing combat at this point, like we're at a 6-second period.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're,
It's
we're-
gonna be
we're
like
basically
yank,
we're
accelerate.
basically seeing who does their action first. So the three of you roll initiative, and that's
Alright.
the order of who gets to do what.
What is
And
the
I-
initiative again?
Plus dex.
D8 plus dex. Yep.
I just need to know, as Rocky, how far down the
Balls.
hallway did I get before this happens?
Beat me, because you're +1.
Oh,
No.
all right.
Wait 1 sec.
Okay.
Waiting. Gabala has low tolerance for bullshit.
So Tim, I actually. Oh shit! Your physical save is 16. Okay, so at some point you tripped because you're so drunk.
Okay, sweet. Did I trip?
Good.
Okay, here's what I'm wondering. If Filibuster gets his turn. Am I gonna trip and then I'm gonna stand up and then the ship's gonna lurch forward and then smack my head again? Or
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
just what? Okay, so that's what's gonna happen.
Sounds
Yeah, let's do it.
perfect.
And at this point, what I'm gonna do for that is I'm not gonna get back up, and I'm just gonna be like, "This is
Just
my
gonna
life
crawl.
now. This is my life now," and I'm just like crawling along the side, like, yeah, it's gonna be good. Anyway, that's all I do.
Cool. So, Gopala goes first, and then
Yep.
I forgot what ties go to, if they go to the Dex bonus
It
or
usually
not.
gets to the Dex
What do they do
bonus.
in DS? What do they do in D&D?
They go to the
It's-
highest Dex bonus.
Yeah.
D&D.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the highest
so
Dex bonus.
we'll say it's the same here because I don't want to look it up. Fox, you're second.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Works really well for the negotiator going last.
All
Wait,
right,
I know you've
so-
already shot at each other, but
Hey, this All right, so let's see. 2d6, and then I've got my dex bonus plus another 2, so plus 3.
What are you talking about for shooting at him?
Yeah.
20 to hit.
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, no.
I
What's
just
the,
like how we're gonna tear up the bridge, and Yosef's gonna have more to repair.
Well, what's the
Not really more to repair, more
well, I
like more to
guess-
tear up.
We'll find out this person's armor class in just a minute. Oh wait, right. It's
Repair by
You
turn.
get to see
D20,
it's
right.
4. Add 4.
She's in cover as well.
I am in cover.
Oh yeah, you're
Chair.
taking cover behind the pilot's chair. I'll give. How much
It's a
is
metal
cover?
chair.
I don't know. I haven't read the cover.
I don't know if there is cover in this. I was
Cover.
just saying
My
she's
last
in
character
cover.
was literally only not reading
One-
the combat rules.
138 entries. Let's do this.
Oh man.
cover,
We're learning
cover,
the system
cover
as we
charge.
go.
Oh, that's because it also highlights recover and discover.
Yeah.
Circumstances can apply other bonuses or penalties to the hit roll. For
So it's based off
example,
the
while
recovery.
hitting a target that's undercover might apply a -2 penalty or worse. Since it's a chair, I'm probably going to say it's a -1 penalty.
All
Fair
right.
enough.
So 1d20 plus 2. All right. And here we go. Ho!
Oh, that's a good roll.
Don't even need the armor
Why
class.
are we
unfortunate.
shooting each other?
Because she's
Why?
stealing our fucking ship.
Oh, stupid in character acting. None of this shit. Be friends.
Gopala,
All right.
Gopala is
uh,
already afraid rope having to deal with Yosef.
This
Well,
is needed crazy
it's a
cat lady.
it's a 1d12 damage, so
Oh,
All right.
God.
This is gonna be a quick negotiation.
All right, so 1d12.
Well, we killed him.
Ho!
oh my god.
I can't even
So-
have that many hit points.
Yeah,
New character's dead. Reroll.
yeah, he's critical. What are you guys going to do at this point?
At this point, I am going to run
Throw
over.
him off the ship and leave.
I'm going to run over to the. So can I like get this almost corpse out of the way? Like,
Probably, yes.
actually, I guess technically it's Johan's turn. So Johan, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
You know, we could have just talked about this and not shot at each other. And then nothing bad would happen. Now we have a corpse that we need to deal with. Personally, I think that we should still save her because we don't know if we can negotiate with her.
there's nothing to negotiate. She had a shotgun
Not
pointed at us,
entirely a
for
corpse yet.
fuck's sake.
To be fair, you had a gun pointed at her.
Yeah,
If
because
I
she
had a
was
gun pointed at
stealing
me,
our
I would point
fucking
my gun.
ship
Fine.
and
to be fair, it's
reaching
not
for
our
her
ship anyway,
shotgun.
so if it gets stolen, we're really not out anything.
The moment I walk, yeah. All right, so I'm going. So as I'm doing that, as I'm talking.
Hey
about it-
Malik, we just kind of lost your ship. Someone took it.
Hey, we couldn't get back to tell him anyways.
I mean, there's probably some sort of mess.
So
like
anyway,
once the 2 months pass, he's gonna be like, "Hey, why haven't you paid me? I need
anyway,
money."
while
well, we're
while,
not going to pay rent for ship we don't have.
while Johan is extolling the virtues of diplomacy, I'm walking over, pushing the body out of the chair, and resting the controls and trying to get back down to the surface.
He never punched it. You guys are
We
up
never-
there.
yeah, we
Oh
never
right,
really
never
got
punched
before
it.
that.
So I'm just
He
gonna.
just started the engines.
So I'm gonna say like Gopala gets sick of trying to talk with Johan, walks over to the body and says, "Here, help me with this."
Okay, let's take her to a medical facility. We'll lock up the ship. We can talk to her there so she can't steal the ship. Is that satisfactory?
I propose we let them do with them whatever these people want.
Well, based off her uniform, she's a pilot. And currently we don't have a pilot. And based off the fact that he was terrible at flying and he knew how to pilot, I'm going to guess that maybe she will do a little bit better than we would just blindly flying through the world.
You also can't make navigation checks for going to other systems unless you have the navigation skill.
All right. Well, anyway,
You also have a Lazarus patch.
I
Just
do
wanna point
too.
that out.
You came prepared.
You don't have to use the Lazarus patch. Like if you guys do this right after the bleed out / unconscious thing, like you could call people from the facility onto the ship and get everything sorted that way.
yeah, I'll do
I
that with
just
my
want to-
compad.
I just want to throw this out there. So as you're trying to remove the body off there, you see Yosef passed out in the hallway with his vodka just like face down on the metal grating.
So yeah, I'm going to well,
Not on
so
the
I'm
side. He's
going-
like right across the center.
So I'm going to use my compad to call and say, all right, we need emergency responders here on our pad, like inside the cockpit of our ship. Beware of falling Russian.
Docking bay number blah blah blah.
All right. So there's a small like team of 2 or 3 people who come over and basically make sure that she's stabilized and gets her off the ship and into a medical bay type thing. And what are the rest of you guys going to do as that happens? Do you follow them? Do you stay on the ship? What's going on?
I'm going to follow them because at this point I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm the only neutral party here. Well, the drunk Russian's fine, but he's
Yeah. Unconscious is still neutral, kind of.
Unconscious
True.
Russian doesn't
true
care.
neutral. Not good neutral, not evil neutral, just true neutral.